Pozole is a dish for ceremony from the Southwest and is a meal in a bowl, complete with protein, grain, and vegetables. The hominy provides a great source of fiber, and pozole may be made with canned or traditional hominy. This soupy stew is rich in vitamin A and selenium, which are powerful antioxidants that prevent damage to the body's cells. To make pozole, first gather your ingredients. For the soup, you'll need 8 cloves of garlic, 3 to 4 dried guajillo, 5 to 6 ancho, and 6 Arbol chili pods. Vegetable oil, 3 pounds of pork chops. Salt, 4 15.5-ounce cans of white hominy, drained and rinsed. 3 bay leaves, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, and 2 tablespoons of Mexican oregano. For the garnishes, you'll need 1 bunch of cilantro, chopped, a half onion, chopped, 2 avocados, chopped, 2 limes cut into 8 wedges each, and red radishes sliced into thin strips. Always start by washing your hands and the lids of any cans. Peel the garlic and chop 4 cloves. Leave 4 cloves whole, but remove the stems and ends. Fill a large pot with 5 quarts of water and bring to a boil. Fill a medium pot with 3 cups of water and bring to a boil. Remove and discard the stems, most of the seeds, and hard veins from the chilies. This will keep the pozole from being too spicy and bitter. Remember, do not touch your eyes after peeling chilies. Heat a cast iron pan on medium-high and use tongs to turn and lightly roast the chili pods for a couple of minutes until they begin to soften. Do not let them burn. Use the stove fan to avoid breathing any smoke and oils released from the chilies. Once the chilies are soft, remove the medium pot of boiling water from the heat, add the chilies and cover. Let the chilies soak in the hot water for about 20 to 30 minutes. Cut the pork into 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. Heat a tablespoon or 2 of vegetable oil, enough to coat the bottom of the pan, in a large skillet on medium-high heat. Pat the pork pieces dry with paper towels if the pork is wet. Sprinkle the pork pieces generously with salt. Sear the pork cubes on all sides, keeping it moving to cook evenly. You can do this in batches if desired. Pour off any extra liquid from the pan to get a nice sear on the pork. When the pork is seared, add 4 cloves of chopped garlic to the pan with the meat. Let cook with the meat for about a minute. Once the meat and garlic have cooked together, move this to the large pot of boiling water. Scrape up any leftover bits of meat and garlic at the bottom of the pan and add those to the water. Add the drained and rinsed hominy. Add bay leaves, cumin, and 1 tablespoon salt. When you add the oregano, rub it hard between your hands to break it down. Bring to a simmer, reduce the heat, and cook for 15 minutes. Now it's time to work with the soaked chilies. Be sure to save the soaking water. Using tongs, remove the chilies from the water and place in a blender. Add about a half cup of the soaking water, 1 teaspoon of salt, and the 4 whole cloves of garlic to the blender. Pulse for about 8 to 10 times. Add another cup of soaking water and blend again. Add a second cup of soaking water and blend on high for about 30 seconds. It's important to note that adding 1 cup at a time keeps the blender from building up too much pressure. After the sauce has been well blended, pour and press it through the sieve to get rid of the tough pieces. Add the red chili sauce to the pot with the pork, hominy, and spices. Add 2 more teaspoons of salt. Return to a simmer. Lower the heat to just high enough to maintain a simmer, partially covered. Simmer for 2.5 to 3 hours until the pork is completely tender. The final product should be very soupy to eat with the garnishes. Add additional soaking water to make it soupier and serve with the garnishes. Enjoy.